I know guys, this is not the Gear Dungeon 2 Stage 6 without Hotsuit that I promised you guys, but this is also going to be a good video for you guys to really decide on what to spend the most important resource in the game, and that are Ancient Summons, because they just drop by far the best heroes in the game. And the Hotsuit, no Hotsuit, Gear Dungeon 2 Stage 6. I already beat it without Hotsuit, don't worry about that. And the video about that will also be coming by Friday. But now I really want to get into which banner should you go for. Should you go for the ARDEA plus Ajax banner, or should you wait a month and go for the Valderon plus the new unnamed Dragon banner? Well, there are also speculations for a Praetos banner, but that's not confirmed, and I don't think that will happen. And if that happens, that already speaks against the ARDEA banner. So there we have already 1 plus point for the Valerin banner for saving up. But now let's go over Valerin banner versus ARDEA banner. So we have Valerin versus ARDEA first up. We will have to evaluate who's better to get, Valerin or ARDEA, and we also have to evaluate who's better to get, Ajax or the new Dragon. Now, Valerin versus ARDEA. Many people think ARDEA is the clear-cut best fighter in the game. I think Valerin has a big thing to say about that. I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, Valerin is overrated. And I started to believe it until I used him again for Gear Dungeon 2 Stage 6, just to try him out, how he works there. And I realized how efficient he is, how crazy he is. He's able to deal with the top lane, the bot lane, and the middle lane easily. And that also while being a lord and providing a lord bonus. So first bonus for Valerin, and this is a big one, is that he's a lord. He's a chaotic lord, and chaotics are massive. The thing that really enables ARDEA so much is also having a gun, right? So if you have a gun, that speaks for the ARDEA banner. But if you don't have a gun, let's assume you don't have a gun, and you therefore you don't have ARDEA, gun, and Valerin, right? Then we have to take a closer look at who's better, Valerin or ARDEA. And what I can tell you guys, it is pretty much for most of the content pretty a similar story. So in Gear Raid 1, both of them work wonders, whereas ARDEA has a bit more value there because she has the ability to kill the boss before he even arrives, whereas Valerin has the value that he's a lord, and he is super strong there as well. Gear Dungeon, same thing. Gear Dungeon actually is the tipping point. Actually, I'll go over it in the end. Now, Codex, Immortal Codex Conqueror Boss. Same thing. ARDEA is the best unit to have there, but Valderon hits like a truck there. On top of that, he is a lord for the best faction there. So, whereas ARDEA will take care of a one lane super efficiently, Valderon will take care of one lane just as efficiently, and on top of that, he will boost the likes of your Cerberus, right? And the likes of all of these nightmare units that you really want to use there. And then we have Arena. And for Arena, I really want to go take a look at the leaderboard, because Arena is a big thing, right? Arena is a big thing. And I always was like, oh, I don't have a Hotsuit and I don't have ARDEA. Without either of these, it's not that easy in Arena. If I get an ARDEA, therefore the value for ARDEA is even higher. But the thing is, we take a look here. We have ARDEA plus Gon plus Elder, ARDEA plus a Nightmare Lord. We have ARDEA plus Gon, right? We have a bunch of ARDEAs, but we also have a bunch of Valderons. We have a bunch of Valderons getting used in AoE and single target arena. Not only because he hits like a truck for the single target arena and hits like a truck for the AoE arena, but because he's also a lord for them on top of that on these two occasions. And there we go. This guy was rank 4 before. But now, there we go. This guy has a Valderon, and he has him equipped as a lord in all 3 arenas. That's how nuts he is. That's how much he provides to these teams. That's how good he is, really. He's such an amazing unit. And he can also replace the ARDEA in Arena. Now, if you have Valderon plus ARDEA, like this guy, for example, even better, right? Even better. He has Valderon plus ARDEA for AoE. And in single target arena, Valerin is so good in single target that he is using Valerin as a single target unit, even though he's not used as the Lord. He uses Gon as the Lord. That's how good Valerin is. He's even using him as a normal unit. And then because of that, he didn't use ARDEA here, he used Valderon for single target arena because he has him. So for the arena, we can already see Valerin is also just as good. He's just as good. Therefore, in terms of Valerin versus ARDEA overall, like overall in the content, right? We also have the Gear Dungeon 2, where you can only use really ARDEA for the bottom lane. You mainly want to use her for the bottom lane, whereas Valerin can be used in all of the lanes. On top of that, buff your Valeria up, for example, right? So there's that tipping point where he is better than ARDEA for sure. But here's the kicker. I think because of that, all of these things, right, they have really similar pieces of content where they both shine, right? Now, Valderon has the big advantage that he's a Lord. He brings a massive Lord bonus. He's a single target nuker, but he can also deal a lot of AoE damage. Whereas ARDEA has the big range advantage. Her range is just amazing, and her damage as well, of course. So in that aspect, both of these units are extremely strong, but because Valderon is a Lord, I value that extremely a lot, and I would say Valerin has a bit more value if you don't have a gun than ARDEA. And even if you disagree on that note, after finishing this video you will still wait out on this banner for the Valerin banner, because now we're getting into the juicy stuff, the stuff that is going to be more clear for you to choose for the Valerin banner. And that is Ajax versus the new unnamed dragon. Ajax is amazing. A lot of people don't like him because he takes Lord Pity. But unlike a lot of people, I'm a big fan of Ajax. I think he's great. He's really versatile, more versatile than people think. Amazing for Void Rift, amazing range, amazing for Gear Rate 1. He can be used Gear Rate 3, Gear Dungeon 1. He's amazing as well. He's just a great unit. And even though I'm a big Ajax enthusiast, I would really recommend you guys to go for the Valderon unit, the new unnamed dragon that is gonna come out. Because that will be a fighting dragon who can get his block up to 20. Like, what's that? And I really think, I believe in power creep. It's a thing, and the new hero will 90% always have some strengths. And I believe he will power creep the old unnamed hero, quote unquote, Ajax. He will be more valuable. He will be super strong in my assumptions, and he will just be a really good unit. Or anything else would be a disappointment, let's be honest. He's gonna come out on the anniversary. He has to be a banger of a unit. Therefore, the new unnamed hero will be just like the thing that will be one of a kind, right? And on top of that, since it's anniversary, another point goes to the Valerin banner. And that is, since it's anniversary, there's a high chance that they will do a 2x times 15x drop rate, which will give you just a lot higher chances to get a legendary. So there's this another plus point. And now here's one thing that I can tell you could do, and that is if you're far from Lord Pity, you can pull here on the ARDEA banner to get closer to the Lord Pity and to maybe snack yourself an ARDEA, right? Get your hands on ARDEA, huh? Be sneaky with it. You run the risk of actually getting lucky and getting a Lord like Ajax early, and therefore getting kind of unlucky because you burned your Lord Pity. Right? That's the risk that you have to take, but that's something that you could consider, to just do one 10 pull on the ARDEA banner to see if you're lucky or not. But overall, I think the Valderon X new dragon banner is gonna be the way. So therefore, I would be skipping this or just do one 10 pull for this. That's what I'm gonna do. I just will do one 10 pull for this, and that's it. And really save up for Valderon banner because of the 2x, because of Valerin, because of the unnamed hero. I think they're just all amazing things that you can expect to happen in the anniversary. It's just a bit more than a month left until the anniversary as well. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying ancients from the shops. I think they're too expensive. I mean, at least I can't afford these ancients. They're way too expensive. And even if I could, I think still I wouldn't buy them because they're just so expensive. So rather save up, spend your summons wisely because they're the most valuable resource for the by far strongest heroes in the game. I'm Ronaldo. I hope this cleared your mind on what banner you want to go for, and I'm out. Peace.